I woke up in the greatest country in the world. On November 3rd, I woke up in the greatest country in the world. And on January 21st, I will wake up in the greatest country in the world. Joe Biden would have us believe that we are in for a dark, dark winter and that America will no longer be America. But I, alongside 75 plus million other American patriots, will not let that happen. The media has never and will never decide who our next president will be. That will be up to the courts. So for everyone involved in the cheating and in the fraud, who used the programs like Scorecard and Hammer, your time is coming because someone was watching you. And I'm not just talking about God. We have the greatest plumber ever elected into the office of the United States, Donald J. Trump, our 45th president, and he is about to make the final drain of the swamp. Because at long last, we finally have a president who puts America first. He had our backs through the face of adversity and all the evil thrown his way, and now it is time for us to have his. So hey, Democrats, don't tread on me, because if you want America, you can come take it.
Shalom. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Double honors be to the apostles and others of great millstone Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Brakatham to the hopefully elect. So, just back raising the banner. Yeah, once again, Lord's will to feed and edify the flock of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Because, you still got tensions dealing with the whole, this whole presidency thing with Trump and Biden, all right? Because I often telling people, man, people, being that people, to get so distracted and, just lose focus, I'm often telling people that, this whole thing dealing with the presidency it's not over. All right. Trump has been somewhat quiet. All right. Because this guy, possibly could have something up his sleeve. I've been looking into that, doing a little research on that. This guy, man, the people are sleeping on Trump, but nevertheless, just dealing with touching on the whole tension that's still there, this looming civil unrest that's going to take place, dealing with the presidency and what's going to happen during the inauguration. All right, because you still got a lot of Trump supporters and these different militia groups backing Trump. All right, openly saying that they are not going to let Biden into office. All right, they're not going to accept Biden into office. All right. Again, knowing that this is going to lead to all types of civil unrest and ultimately martial law. All right. Been bringing out a lot about where it talks about in Isaiah, the Egyptian against the Egyptian. All right, the neighbor against neighbor. All right, because this is what these things are going to lead to. All right, the love of many. Let me get it real quick. The love of many. Matthew 24:12 says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, and this being one of the signs, Yahweh Shai left us, upon his second return. All right, the division, that perverse spirit that the Lord has mangled up, all right, in the minds of these people. Because, matter of fact, got this other video I want to play real quick. All right, play this real quick.
No such thing. Everyone is important.
So you want me to go vote and vote for Trump?
Yes, absolutely.
But I don't want to vote, though.
Okay, so you want to sit on your thumbs while America crashes and burns, right?
I mean,
that's what's going to happen if every single person who can vote doesn't vote.
If this was my dad and I was you, Julie, I would ask my dad to go with me.
I'll go with you.
I'd absolutely go with my dad.
I don't want to vote, though.
It's really easy. It's a sheet. You just follow it like a recipe.
So what's gonna happen if Biden becomes president?
It would be a nightmare, Julie.
Julie.
You were gonna have to pay more in taxes. Okay.
Oh, that's the least of it. People will be thrown in jail.
Well, yeah,
our guns will be taken away.
Okay, so basically, all right, this chick, these parents wanted their daughter to vote for Trump, but I'm not gonna play the whole video, but she went out and she voted for. She went behind her parents' back and she voted for Biden, and um, they put her out. Let me see if I could just
something or do something for you, because I don't accept money, period. Just
Tell me you didn't. Tell me you didn't.
are you mad at me, Dad?
If you're being truthful.
Wait, Mom, don't get out of the car. Mom.
Julie, I can't even begin to tell you how upset I am.
What?
But
Yes.
basically, all right, they kicked her out. All right. Again, she went behind her parents' back. They wanted her to vote for Trump, but she ended up voting for Biden, and they put her out. But basically, the point being that they this division, all right, because there it is. You got people people contrary to the doctrine that they teach. All right, of course the world ignorantly calls Jesus. All right, it's supposed to show back up, and it's going to be all love and peace when that's far from the case. All right, because when you read up. Actually, it's not this. It's Mark 10, I think. Mark 10, and actually, I don't think it's here either. But nevertheless, I do want to go here because contrary to what this world teaches, Yahweh Shai showing up with all peace and love. All right. So Matthew 10:34 says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." All right. So again, that's far from the case as far as Yahweh Shai coming back, and it's going to be all peace and love. Listen, man, the Lord, he's setting a division. All right. Conquer and divide. All right. Because the scriptures talk about what does it say? A house divided can't stand. All right, and there's also another precept. It says, "Can two walk together except they be agreed?" All right. So again, the raising tension. Well, matter of fact, let me read on down. It says, verse 35. It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance." All right, and that variance pretty much goes into like a disagreement. All right. Let's just see what it says here. This definition. At variance. It says to cut into two parts, cleave asunder, sever, or sever. All right, because again, the Lord is coming back to set division. All right, to divide. Because again, dealing with these all this tension. Dealing with this presidency, all right, eventually, man, it's going to blow over to a point where, you're going to have all type of civil unrest, different clash wars. All right, people are just people right now. All right, and I'm talking about those Edomites. All right, those redneck, proud, patriotic Edomites that are backing Trump. All right, they're waiting. All right, they're waiting on the green light, pretty much. But nevertheless, reading on it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." Because just like the clip I played. All right. Let me just read on. It says, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." All right. Again, neighbor going to turn against neighbor. Enemies is what the foes goes into enemies. All right. Because this is all going to lead to these different civil unrest and things of that nature. It's all for prophecy's sake. This is what I was going to get. 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Yeah, because this place is, eventually it's going to become so divided, and again, all these different civil unrest, and you're going to have people rob one another and kill one another. It's going to become a dog world out here very soon. All right, and all these things, of course, with that, it's going to, it's all going to It's, they're gonna institute martial law and things of that nature. All right, cutting the cities off. Supplies becoming limited. All right, this is what all this stuff is leading up to, and what we're paying attention and watching out for. All right, verse 2 says, "For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boosters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy." Verse 3 says, "Without natural affection." All right, he said, man. Again, man, the old lady, Miss Betty up the street, man. Hey, man, she's gonna be just a target, man. Just a wink, link. All right. Because if you don't have that hedge of protection from Yahweh Shem Shah, man, you're gonna get caught up in these things. Old men, old women, children. All right. Because it tells you that in Ezekiel 9. All right. Pretty much not to spare anyone. You get that real quick. Ezekiel 9 and 5. It says, "And to the others," he said. So this is referring to the people who don't have that hedge of protection. All right. It says, "And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary." Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So basically, again, all right, you're gonna get old women, old men, children, women, pregnant women. Hey, again, if you don't have that hedge of protection, man, you're gonna get caught out there. All right, because the Lord is not playing. But nevertheless, man, this is what all these things are leading up to. This division, this great divide here in America. All right, the left versus right, Republicans versus Democrats. All right. Because eventually, like I said, man, this is all it's gonna blow over, and eventually, man, you're gonna have all type of race wars and clash wars. All right. And man, this is what has to take place in order for us to make it into the kingdom. Because like I read, man, friends they're gonna become foes, man. Let me get this in Obadiah 1 and 7. It says, "All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him." And this is more so talking about America. All of America's allies eventually are going to turn their back on America, but even more so on a lower level. Again, people that you were once cool with, all right, you might have grown up with, next door neighbor. You might have, known them all your life or whatever the case. But eventually, the time's going to come where that same neighbor, might come through and take what you've got. Because again, this is eventually going to become a dog eat dog world out here. All right. And anybody can get it in that day. All right. And because also one thing I tell people, man, keep your circle tight, man. All right. This is not the time to be, just letting anyone into your temple, letting anyone into your space, trying to be all buddy with everyone. All right. I try my best to, move with discernment, because, I try my best not to, get too friendly with people, because, again, the time's coming where, people are going to be looking at what the next person's got, and going to try to take them for the resources or whatnot, because, that's what the prophecy states, as we're coming into a famine, and, you got these truck drivers going on strike, and you got a lot of these trucks. They're the ones supplying these different stores or whatnot. So, again, these different store chains, they're going to start supplies are going to start running short. You know, and again, this is why people are going to start robbing the next man for what he's got, running up in their house, whether they got a family or not. Again, as the scripture said, as I read, all right, old women, children, pregnant women, anybody can get it if you don't have that hedge of protection. All right. So just a few more precepts. Also, let me going back to 2 Timothy 3:1. It says this: know also that in the last days perilous time shall come. Because the point I wanted to make was that word perilous already goes into dangerous, very dangerous times that we're coming into. Trust no one. All right. Even your own people, man. The scriptures talk about how, your own people, your own mothers, your own brothers, sisters, daughters, children, wives, they could turn you in, man. They could turn their back on you. Some of our women, they might go behind our back and take the kids and go get microchipped. Some of them, they're going to be giving us up, turning us in. All right, these are the times that we're coming into. These are the things that we need to be aware of. All right, but nevertheless, man, the perverse spirit, man, is being mingled up, man, and we're just suspecting all hell to break loose out here very soon. Let me get this in Luke 12 and 51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you, nay, but rather division." So you see that variance. All right, the Lord is coming to set division. All right, because the scriptures talk about there's no peace given to the wicked, and this world is run in by the wicked through wickedness. All right, so there's never going to be peace on this earth. The Lord is not coming back to send peace. All right, the Lord is a man of war, and he's the heavenly Father, Yahweh, sending his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, to destroy this place. The real global reset is taking place, or is going to take place. All right, this kingdom is falling. This is what it's all leading to. This kingdom is falling because Esau's kingdom. Before the Lord establishes one kingdom, he has to take the current ruling kingdom. He has to take that kingdom out first before he establishes the next kingdom. And Esau's kingdom is being taken out of the way, because up next is going to be righteous kingdom. Righteousness is going to be established. Like I said, the real global reset. All right. Esau is the end and Jacob is the beginning. So this is what we're currently in a transition period right now, and this is why the Lord is sent that perverse spirit, all right, and causing this division, because from there, again, you're gonna have all hell break loose, and this is furthermore, this is all the more going to set the stage for Yahweh Shai's second return. All right, but let me get this in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. Again, because when you read 2nd Ezra 5 and 2nd Ezra the 9th chapter, all right, starting at the first verse, talks about the tokens or the signs to be on the lookout for Yahweh Shai's second return. And again, we're in the last days. All right, these things are currently being played out before our very eyes. 2nd Ezra 5 and verse 9, it says, "And salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. Then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret chamber." All right, but the point being, all friends shall destroy one another, because that's how bad it's going to get. That division, that perverse spirit, the Lord is mingling, to stir things up. Because again, eventually, man, all this stuff is going to blow over. you know, and you know, I'm expecting something to go down anytime. Well, I've said this during the November 3rd, you know, during the elections, to suspect anything to go down from then up until the inauguration. You know, you expect something to go down, man, because again, you know, dealing with these Trump supporters, man, they're not backing down, and again, you know, they're coming out and willingly saying that they're not going to let Biden into office. All right, the talk has been Trump conceding, you know, willingly conceding. All right, whether he's going to do it or not, you know, people are suspecting that he's not going to concede. So again, with that, it's going to lead to all hell breaking loose. All right, and eventually martial law, because here it is, you know, little by little they've been dispatching troops, military troops throughout America. All right, which, you know, that's, I mean, you know, I'll just say it like this, speaking as a man. All right, them dispatching those troops throughout. All right, because that's, you know, that's the scriptures say you're not being ignorant of Satan's devices. All right, because again, you know, the stage is being set for these things to take place, for martial law. All right, let me get this in a second. It's just 15 and 15. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Again, the Egyptian against Egyptian. All right, people turning on one another, the love of many waxing cold. All right, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because eventually, man, people are just going to take matters into their own hands. People are going to uphold the law in their own way. All right. Where is that at? I think it's Germany, if I'm not mistaken, or it could be France. I forgot where it was exactly, but where they're doing, you know, they're rioting right now because of the pretty much the new law that they got out there, is that they can't record the police. You know, and they're dispatching, you know, law enforcement, and because pretty much, you know, time in and time out, we've said, you know, how that's, you know, all this stuff that's going on in these other countries and nations, man, that's going to take place here in America. All right, it would have been sooner if these Americans weren't too dumb and docile, but nevertheless, all right, eventually, man, you're gonna have this stuff is gonna start taking place here, and people rising up against the government, and clashes with the police and the military and things of that nature. Which again, this is what it's going to lead to. When we read verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why? Martial law. They're going to shut this place down. And even more so with this new surge in COVID. All right, they're talking about a second shutdown. All right. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. Verse 19, it says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. So you see, all right, because, you know, all this stuff is leading up to martial law, and once they do that, all right, you know, that's when it's really going to be on, because again, you know, resources, they're going to be lack. You know, they're going to be, there's not going to be nothing out here to sustain the people sufficiently. So this is why they're going to, you know, be going door to door, and you know, house to house, traveling from street to street, city to city, looking for supplies, robbing and thievery, and you know, just all type of stuff, man. All right, because you know, we're just right now, you know, it's just playing the waiting game, and to see what's going to be the event. You know, what's going to be the domino effect to set these things off. You know, and dealing with this presidency, you know, that's just one of many variables of how this can play out, how all these things can play out. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it off there. Hopefully it was edifying. And once again, I give all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles and others of great millstone. And until next time, I say shalom.